Hi, my name is Brenda Lombardi, and this is the taping for Real Love in Real Life. It's session 2, activity 1. It's 5 minutes long, and it's the Welcome Bridge Review. Well, welcome everyone back to Real Love in Real Life. We're so glad that you're here. We're glad that you have made the commitment to come back. That says a lot when you come back. Parents, we'd like to thank you for your commitment as well. Did everyone remember to bring their folders? Great, I think we have some extra if you didn't bring it, but glad that you bring it. I hope you had time to review it with your parents and talk about some of the great things that we talked about in the last session. Before I begin, I just want to reintroduce our presenters, the wonderful Family Honor team here in Columbus. I'd like to introduce Aaron and John Urian, and we have Tom and Rebecca Jostine, and John Durant, and Susan Lau, and myself, who is Brenda Lombardi. So thank you so much again for being here. It is going to be a great session 2, and we know that you're going to be leaving here with a lot of great information to discuss with your parents. So the last time we met, we talked about this communication bridge, and what I'd like to do is review it real quickly because it's so important that we communicate within our families. And that helps us keep our families strong and connected. So here's our diagram that you remember that we reviewed and we learned at the last session. So I want to ask you some questions. So I need you guys to raise your hands or share with me some of the answers. I know you guys know this. So the first question is, what supports the bridge that helps parents and adolescents stay connected? Do you remember that? It's the styles of communication. What are those called? Support the bridge. That's right, they're the pilings. The pilings is the part that supports the bridge. Now, who can tell me the 2 styles of effective communication that we learned in the first session that are missing from this picture? Does anyone remember? Yeah, it's search talk and straight talk. Yep, search talk, we'll put that up, and straight talk. Now, how many of you over the last week kind of practiced your search talk or your straight talk? Does anyone have an example? Parents, do you have any examples when you wanted to straight talk to your child, but you knew that you kind of stopped yourself? I know I did. I have a teenager who does not like to do homework, and sometimes I am just so wanting to tell him what to do, and I begin with that straight talk. But after talking about this and sharing it with you, it's so important, at least for me, that I had to stop myself and do some search talk. So really great information on how to communicate in certain styles. So remember those. Now, there was an acronym that we learned in regards to the communication bridge, and it had to do with structures. And anyone remember what that is? It's the truss. That's right, the truss. And that supports the bridge. So important that in our families that we have qualities that support relationships, and that we stay connected with each other. So the truss are what support the family, and that acronym I want to talk about. It's kind of like the glue that keeps the bridge together again and keeps our family together. So let's talk about what that acronym is. Does anyone know and can tell me what the T means? What does the T mean in that word trust? Trust, that's right. Trust. It's so important that we gain trust in our families. What's the next one? That's right, respect and responsibility. To gain respect in a family is so key. What's the third one? What's that U? Can someone tell me? Has to do with love. Yes, unconditional love. You know, the ultimate gift of charity is unconditional love. How to love unconditionally. So important in a family to be able to love unconditionally. What's the next one? Starts with an S, right? There's 2 S's in this. Begins with sin. That's right, sincerity. Sincerity, empathy. To stay connected, to build strength in a family, we need to show empathy through sincerity. To be sincere. to each other, to our parents, to our brothers and sisters, to our family, to our friends. So what's the next one? The next one has the word, I'll give you a clue, has the word self in it. Self what? So important. Self-discipline. Yeah. We use that word in session 1. We're going to be using that today throughout, especially when it comes to that virtue of chastity, to have self-discipline and self-control. All right. Great job. I'm so glad again that you guys are here. Now I want to bring up Erin Urian, who is going to help us develop our spice ideas. Thanks.